Hey Tommy, you have to agree that Kia and Hyundai have just been bashing them out of the ballpark with their new cars.
Absolutely, Dad. They've been just killing it recently, and in this video, we're going to give you 3 examples as to why that is.
Yeah, so let's talk about where the car industry is. Once upon a time, cars were, well, transportation, but today they are an expression of who you are. So let's say you drive a Hyundai Santa Cruz. What does that say about you?
Well, it says you're a little adventurous. Maybe you've got a couple of dogs, a few mountain bikes, you like to hit the trails.
Or you're a surfer. How about if you drive the new Hyundai Kona N?
Well, this is kind of the hot hatch of the Hyundai lineup. So it's got almost 300 horsepower, dual clutch, 8-speed all-wheel drive, and stiff suspension.
Yeah, it basically says you want to be a Formula One driver, but you need space for your dog and your family. But today we're going to be reviewing this car, which is actually a sister car to that car. This is the brand new Kia Sportage Hybrid. And what does this say about you?
Well, it says that you've got a family, you care about the environment, but you also want a little bit of interesting style to spice up your life.
No, it says you're an accountant. And you know what? With gas prices at an all-time high, that's not such a bad thing, because both of these cars, and we've been, well, this one I drove all weekend, and we're getting 25 mpg combined in the Santa Cruz. And this one, I don't think is going to do much better. We'll be reviewing that later this week. But today we're going to focus on the Sportage. So let's talk about the fact that this is a hybrid, Tommy.
Absolutely, yes. And it's rated at nearly 40 mpg combined. I think it's 38 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 38 combined. And what I like about the Sportage is it gives you a really very bold and interesting look. So in the past, hybrids were kind of blobby and lumpy and, I don't know, not very good to look at. But the new Sportage is exciting, and it's got these crisp curves and these sharp lines. And under the hood, it's not so boring either, because even though it's a hybrid, we're not looking at some blobby thing with the CVT. This is a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with an electrical architecture and a standard automatic transmission. It makes over 220 horsepower and nearly 260 pound-feet of torque made into an all-wheel drive system.
You know what? And if this car were a Hyundai, it would be a Tucson.
That's right, yeah. And that Santa Cruz is based on the Tucson as well.
Hey guys, as you know, it is that time of year, the time of year where we start selling some of our long-term test fleet. And to do that, we've brought our old auction site back from the dead. TFLbids.com is back. And this week we're going to be selling not only our Suburban that we use for the Go Big video series, but also a pretty cool and pretty rare Kia Sorento. First generation, unknown off-roader that will surprise you. So go check out TFLbids.com and get yourself a beautiful Suburban at no reserve, or a first generation Sorento. More trucks to come on TFL Bids. Maybe you're not a surfer, maybe you're not a race car driver, but in California, Tommy, gas is now $6 a gallon or more, so maybe this is the smart alternative. Shall we take it for a ride and see what makes it special?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Now, the cool thing about the Sportage is not only does it look exciting on the outside, but the inside is very, very premium. So we're looking at dual 12.3-inch screens on this curved display, which is just fantastic. We've got this interesting dark blue on this tan leather-like interior. I'm not quite sure it's a full leather, but it does definitely look really, really good.
When's the last time you saw a blue steering wheel, Tommy, that wasn't on like a Urus?
Yeah, it's pretty funky. Now, you know what this interior color is called?
What is it?
Navy.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Navy interior. It's called Syntex seating material, so it's kind of like a synthesized leather. But yeah, the interior design is very cool. The back seat room
is enormous. Look at this.
Pretty good as well, yeah.
And look, I love like these really thoughtful features. First of all, you've got your USB-C port there and right there. You've got a little hook, so if you've got a purse or a grocery bag, you've got a little slot here for, I don't know, maybe an iPad or a phone. And of course, you've got plenty of headroom, even with this massive sunroof, Tommy. So, you know, at 6'2", I really have a hard time fitting into a lot of cars, but here I feel very comfortable.
Yeah, decent legroom as well. And then out back, we've got this bold tail-light design, which kind of gives it a long and flat look. We've got the new Kia emblem, and then HEV stands for hybrid electric vehicle. Let's go ahead and pop open the trunk, see what the space is like.
It's enormous, look at that.
Really, really good.
Yeah, once again, you know, the word practical comes to mind because, let's face it, this car is practical.
You want to lift up the load floor?
I always like to see what's in there.
Look at that! Space saver spare!
Yeah, wahoo! And look, of course, if I pull this,
Fold the seats down.
folds the seats down, and if I pull this one, it'll fold that one down.
Yep.
And you could almost sleep back here. This could almost be a budget overlander if you wanted something that's new.
Now, let's go ahead and hop inside and we'll take it for a spin. Now, the Sportage Hybrids, chief competitors, of course, you've got the Honda offering, you've got the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. It really is a competitive landscape. Ford Escape Hybrid. But this one offers a little bit more style, a little bit more pizzazz than some of the other small hybrid crossovers on the market.
This reminds me a little bit of the new Mercedes-Benz or BMW screens. Dare I say the hyper screen that you get in the S-Class. Of course, it's not as big, but still, it's, you know, it's a good size screen.
All right, that'll glide into life here. Now, we got to turn the volume down, but to do that, we have to do something funky. We actually toggle between the audio and instrumentation and the climate control system, which I think looks really, really quite cool. And very, very intuitive once you kind of get used to it.
Yeah, I'm not in love with that.
Why not? It's cool. Look, it's
Yeah,
like space age.
Because I promise you, when I'm driving down the highway and I want to change my radio or my heater setting, I'm going to be in exactly the wrong.
But what's nice about it is it's a way for them to still give you both volume and two knobs.
Yes, I give them a lot of kudos for that. Once again, a lot of creature comforts, heated steering wheel, heated seats. How much is this bad boy, Tommy?
Well, as we see it equipped, this is the EX all-wheel drive. Not all that expensive, actually, $33,860. So you get quite a lot of vehicle for the price. You also have Qi wireless charging, USB ports over there. We've got stuff like lane centering on the steering wheel, so we do have some safety gear. We've got the little blind spot warning there, and then different drive modes too.
Yeah, we got Eco, Sport, Smart. I guess that's Smart, and Snow. And then over here, of course, we have a locking center diff. I think that's more electronic.
Well, yeah, it's not an actual diff.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at this. We can go into the hybrid pages.
Yes.
And we can check out stuff like the energy flow. And the nice thing about the system too is you can go into different pages and still have different panels to tell you the pertinent information if you like.
Look at that. Let the light in. That is a giant. Oh, it opens up all the way to even let the, you know what? Even let the pollen-filled air. We've really got horrendous pollen in Colorado right now, and Tommy and I are both suffering from allergies.
Well, let's hit the road and see what this thing is like to drive.
Yeah, rotary knob for your gear selector, 2 cup holders, and of course, actually, before we do that, let me put it back in park. Let's look at the cameras. Let's see. Let's click that.
Nope. So this does not have the full suite of cameras. So this one just has the backup cameras. You have to spend a little bit more to get the full surround view. But let's go ahead and hit the road. Now the cool thing about this vehicle, like I mentioned, turbocharged with a conventional automatic transmission, 6 speeds. And what that means is that I think it drives a little bit better than some of the CVT competitors in this class. It's a little bit more engaging when you're out on the road. It also takes a little bit getting used to because there's a lot going on between the all-electric side of it, when you're at slow speeds, the automatic side of it, the turbocharge has to spool up. There's a lot of computers and sensors working, but it all seems to work pretty darn well.
Now, brakes are a little grabby, Tommy.
Yep.
Just a little grabby coming off of the, coming out of the Santa Cruz, a little on the grabby side. Steering, well, you know, it's there. I wouldn't call it, that works actually, that's easy to do. Good headrest, good seating position. You know, sometimes, especially like in the new EV6, I find that this slope, the A-pillar, is a little too kind of close to my forehead.
Well, you may have some adjustability in the seat, Dad. You want to try putting it down?
I promise you it's all the way down.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's the first thing I do.
Well, let's go ahead and we'll give it a squirt as we merge onto this main road here.
I've got a weird body, short legs, tall torso. Okay, that's full. That's full.
I wonder what's going on. It feels too sluggish.
Well, it's in slow mode.
Oh, that would do it. Yeah, take it out of snow mode. Put it in sport.
Let me put it in sport mode.
Yeah.
We'll give it another squirt. Yeah, that was not good.
There it goes. It's better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want speed, go get yourself an EV6.
Or a RAV4 Prime.
Or a RAV4 Prime.
The plug-in hybrid version of this is also quicker. I just had an opportunity to drive that in the Hyundai, the Tucson plug-in hybrid, that powertrain. And it does drive a little bit more briskly than the standard hybrid system. But no, it's not a sports car. It's designed to get good fuel economy, and good fuel economy it does get. 38 combined, 38 in the city, 38 on the highway.
You know, let's live in the real world. I've been noticing a lot of comments, and they're absolutely right. For instance, the comments are today about, you know, car availability. It's not really what cars you want to buy, it's what cars are being manufactured and you can buy. So unfortunately, in the real world, we could talk about competition and we can talk about, you know, pricing, but the fact is we're going from 17 million units, that's inside Car Talk, in other words, vehicles sold every year, to an annualized 12 million for this year, Tommy. And that is a drop of what, really bad at math, but what, 25% or something?
Yeah.
And so I sometimes feel doing these reviews that people are watching them and screaming at me, you know, if I could only get one. And that's a reality of today's world. But if you can get one, I like it, Tommy. I think it's, you know, a strong contender. And with gas prices being so crazy high and with no outlook for them going down, I think 38 mpg is pretty astounding for a vehicle that comfortably will fit your family. Sure, you're not going to be a race car driver or, you know, the surfer in this thing, or maybe you will be, but you will save a lot of money at the pump. I just filled up that Santa Cruz and it was over $50.
Well, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section below of the new Kia Sportage Hybrid and how Hyundai and Kia are doing in general. And as always, this has been Tommy.
And Roman saying, if you want to check out all of our content, just go to alltfl.com. And I hate the word content, but good God, we've done a lot of great stories this week, including the finale of Go Big. So if you want one place shopping for everything TFL, it's alltfl.com.